Here's a big surprise from one of our co-sponsors of Crucial Choice. 5 scholarships for 5 lucky students valued at $10,000 each for any student who wants to enroll in one of the foundation or undergraduate programs featured in this show. Terms and conditions do apply. Send us an email at choice@crucialchoice.org and write scholarship in the subject line. Add your name, contact information, and country where you'd like to study. Hello and welcome to Crucial Choice, the only show on careers and higher education. I'm your host, Shane Phillips. And first of all, I'd like to thank all our loyal viewers who have been emailing us on choice@crucialchoice.org. Your input, suggestions, and ideas help us make a better quality show. So thank you. Performing arts is all about how you present yourself, and the educational requirements for each discipline is completely different. And while you may not need formal training to become a musician or an actress, formal training does definitely give you a leg up on the competition. It increases your network. It increases your depth of knowledge about the craft. And all of these things can give you that edge that you need to secure your dream job. In this episode, we'll look at 3 students. One is an actress, another is a screenwriter, third is a musician. We'll be looking at their aspirations and their chosen field of higher education. So let's get to it and meet these young budding artists. Mariska, welcome to Crucial Choice.
Thank you.
Aisha, welcome to the show. Arushi, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Where were you born and how long have you been in Dubai, Mariska?
I was born in England. My family is South African though, and I've been living in Dubai for around 2 years now.
And what's your aspiration?
I would love to be in theater and to act. That is my dream.
And Aisha?
I was born in Pakistan, but I've only lived in Saudi and here, Dubai, for 10 and 7 years respectively.
And what's your aspiration?
I'd like to become a screenwriter, like a scriptwriter.
Arushi, what's your aspiration?
I would really love to be a musician. Music's always been my biggest passion in life, and yeah, I'd really like to follow my dreams.
And where were you born and how long have you been here?
I was born in India, but I've lived here my entire life, so that would be about 17 years in Dubai.
So who inspired you, Mariska? Did someone inspire you to become an actress?
Yes, back in South Africa we did a group project. It was a monologue time mime thing, and we had an instructor come out from outside of our school to teach us. And I remember just looking at him and being like, I want to do what he does.
Aisha, did you have someone who inspired you?
My entire family inspires me because they're all very artistic. My mom likes books, my grandpa's a writer. But in terms of like movies and things like that, my uncle, he made a movie actually for a film festival and he did really well, and his passion for movies gets just kind of like passed on to me. So
Arushi, was there someone who inspired you?
Actually, one of my music teachers in school, she always continued to support me through everything that I would decide, and she was actually the one person who pushed me to branch out into different types of music.
And you do realize in the music industry, incomes can be very irregular.
Yeah, I think that's when you start thinking of some backup choices and what else you could possibly rely on. So what I've specifically chosen is management in music industry, so that's kind of like something I can lean back on.
Mariska, you do realize that the income is very irregular, no?
I guess I don't really mind the pay and the instability of it. I just really want to follow that.
Follow your heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Forget about the money.
Forget about the money, yeah.
And they say if you're doing what you love and obviously you'll do it well, the money will come.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aisha, are you, I mean, a writer can obviously have a very difficult time.
it's that saying, right, where if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
And Mariska, it really requires a huge amount of commitment, dedication, passion. Some actors end up living out of their cars. How far are you willing to go to achieve your dream?
As far as it takes. I have had a history of, I've acted in a few films and I've done a load of theatre work, so I think I have what it takes, and I have experience in it, and I'm just gonna go where it takes me and see where I get.
I think it becomes a question of how passionate you are about what you want to do. I think if you really follow your heart, then you're ready to do whatever it takes.
But then when you make it big, you have the curse of fame upon you, and you can't live life as a normal person.
Okay.
Do you really want that?
Well, yeah, you want to be as good as you can be in your line of industry. If you want to do film, you want to be the best you could possibly be, and if that comes with paparazzi, then you just have to take it.
Because you're there and you've made it, you feel like you've achieved your dream, and I think you just have to take things on a positive spin, as Mariska said, that you have to try to be influential in a good way.
What is it that's driving you down this road?
I guess it's just my passion for theatre. Theatre is absolutely the love of my life. You can completely change, you can go into this character and completely throw yourself into it, and you can forget your life for just a few moments, and you can live all of these different lives, and it's just so exciting, and I absolutely love that about theatre.
And Aisha, what is it that's pushing you into this lifestyle?
Writing itself, it's magical. You're making an entirely new world with just a couple of words, 26 letters, and you can create another place where things are better or things are worse or whatever. You have full control.
When I discovered music, I felt like I discovered an entirely new world, because your views, your opinions, how you feel, and just get a message across in a completely new and different way.
When you first graduate, you're gonna obviously have to are you willing to get a day job, or what's really the strategy as you launch yourself into this industry?
For now, I'm focusing on Europe, the UK specifically for universities. And I know there is going to be a lot of opportunities for part-time jobs and maybe even a full-time job.
I can teach English if I study this in university, so it's definitely a great fallback plan as well.
So would there be other things besides teaching that you could also do?
Yeah, definitely. Journalism was a big thing that I would love to be able to do. It seems like a job that gets you places.
And Arushi?
I've definitely thought my fallback option very carefully, because I wanted to look at business as another option that I could pursue, because I took the subject in school and I really developed another love for it, if you could say.
So both of you have fairly solid backup plans, but Mariska, you're burning the boats and all in. No plan B.
I think it is better if that plan B also ties into plan A, so that you can still do something that you love.
So there you have it. Our young, budding artists are fully committed, willing to sacrifice a regular income or even live out of their cars. But where are they going to study, and how are they going to go about achieving their higher education? We'll find out right after this break, so stay with us. Here's a big surprise from one of our co-sponsors of Crucial Choice. 5 scholarships for 5 lucky students, valued at $10,000 each for any student who wants to enroll in one of the foundation or undergraduate programs featured in this show. Terms and conditions do apply. Send us an email at choice@crucialchoice.org and write scholarship in the subject line. Add your name, contact information, and country where you'd like to study. Hello and welcome back to Crucial Choice, the only show on careers in higher education. I'm your host, Shane Phillips, and I believe art is intrinsic. You can't become a creative person. You have to be born creative, born gifted and talented. So let's find out where our 3 young, talented, creative students are going to go to school for their higher education. So Mariska, you want to study theatre. Where are you planning to go?
My dream school is the University of Glasgow in the UK. I want to study drama and theatre as a course, so that's where I go.
And what made you pick Glasgow over the other schools?
I guess I was first focusing on the UK, and I searched for the courses, and then I sort of narrowed down my list to Glasgow as my dream school because it offers everything that I want to take. So that's how I narrowed it down.
And so your process for going through the schools, did you make a list or did you?
I went onto the UCAS website and I searched for the courses that I was interested in, and I made a list of the universities, and then I checked out those specific universities and I could narrow down which ones I didn't want to go to, which helped me close down the list to a few.
What's the UCAS website?
It's a website that has all the information of universities in the UK, and it has course information, entry requirements. You can also apply through UCAS, and it has everything that you would need to know.
Aisha, which school are you planning on going to?
I've kind of narrowed it down to University of Toronto or the University of Oxford in the UK.
So, very different schools. How did you come up with your selection and what was the process you went through?
Well, it was kind of more, again, looking at the courses and seeing which school kind of better suited me, where it's most likely that I can get in, I guess. Like where I can meet the requirements and the environment that surrounds me, because in both ends I have family and I have that thing going on for me there. So.
And Arushi?
I really want to go to the Northeastern University in the US, and it's located in Boston. And I just did my research on what I wanted to do because I really focused my research on more my backup, as that's what I was going to go forward with education-wise for university. So I was going to go forward with management and then specialize in music management.
So just one school, did you make a list or how did you go through that?
I did, but it's just that one school that I've really been looking up to, like I hope I can get into, but I have been making a list of schools that I can get in, and even some schools that I would have to kind of push a bit more to get in. So I've been working around that.
So in preparation for someone and for anyone watching who wants to go into theater, what kind of preparation do you need? What are the entrance requirements?
Well, when you first decide that you want to study something in the drama department, you have to decide where you want to be placed. I mean, you could be on a stage in front of a camera, behind the camera, directing or set design, something like that. And then you can sort of narrow down the courses. For me, I knew I wanted to be up on stage, so then you decide a course either more theory-based in history within drama or more performance-based. Within the performance-based courses, you would be expected to do an audition to get into the universities, but in general, with your high school marks, with IB, you would need around 34 points, as well as visual arts as one of your subjects.
So Aisha, what for someone who wants to become a writer or a script writer, what are some of the entrance requirements and what do you have to do?
So for Oxford, it's minimum 36 points for entrance level, overall score out of 42, and English higher level with a score of 6, and history standard level. And you'd have to submit a piece of writing and take the IELTS exams.
Arushi, what's the entrance requirements for someone who wants to study music?
Well, for doing music, it's quite similar, as you'd have to look into either going into performance or theory-based. So you'd also have to do an audition if you wanted to go into the performance side of things. But personally, I was looking more into the management side of things. So for me, business is a big part of the course, and you would be required to take business higher level, and you'd have to get at least a 5 or a 6 in your higher level subjects, and you need to get a minimum of IB 36 points or more to get in to the course that you want to, for my choice.
And creating an album or anything like that's not mandatory?
Not for the course that I specifically want to do, no, but things like that do spice up your application. It's like anything that you can add on that makes you unique would really help in your application.
So Mariska, if you don't get into the school of your choice, do you have a backup plan?
Yes, I would then either want to go study in film and television, which would look at more of the directing aspect of drama. And if I don't get into the school that I want to get into, I would focus more on either Northumbria or other Russell Group schools, which would have the same entrance requirement as the University of Glasgow.
Aisha, do you need higher education to be a scriptwriter?
I believe that you do need higher education for writing in general, because you need to hone your craft and you need to go deeper into it. You need to learn what you're doing
and gain contacts, and where you go, you will always meet new people and then you learn from these new people. And certain universities would have really highly influential alumni and opposed to some others, and that would be another thing that would help you go forward in terms of where you can go.
Well, I'd like to thank all three of you so much for coming out on Crucial Choice, and we wish you all the best in pursuing your creative careers.
Thank you so much.
Well, pursuing a career in the performing arts can take years and years of practice before you actually make it, but getting a formal education can give you that edge you may need. And coming up after the break, we're gonna look at a few of these programs in more detail, so stay with us. Here's a big surprise from one of our co-sponsors of Crucial Choice. 5 scholarships for 5 lucky students valued at $10,000 each for any student who wants to enroll in one of the foundation or undergraduate programs featured in this show. Terms and conditions do apply. Send us an email at choice@crucialchoice.org and write scholarship in the subject line. Add your name, contact information, and country where you'd like to study. Welcome back to Crucial Choice. Our students are committed to a career in the performing arts. Mariska wants to attend a Russell Group University, and Aisha would like to attend Oxford. Anything's possible with the right mentorship and hard work, and a pathway program at Bellarby's College ensures your acceptance to a top UK university. Let's talk now to Simon Moore of Bellarby's College.
The Foundation Programme is a one-year course that allows students like you to get the skills and qualifications you need to go to a British university. Bellarby's Foundation Programme is made up of 3 parts. The first and most obvious is helping you reach the standards you require to get to a British university. If you wanted to study law or engineering or art or humanities, our expert teachers are here to help you get to the standard you require to get to a UK university. This may be quite different from what you've done at home and may require a lot of work. But the good news is that we've been teaching students, international students, for over 50 years. The second part is developing your English language to the right level. Even if you have excellent English, you may need to develop an understanding for the terminology used in subject-specific areas, engineering jargon, for example. The third part is preparing you for the way that universities teach. As an undergraduate, you'll be expected to learn things on your own, to offer opinions in tutorials, and knowing how to argue a point. That can be quite challenging if you're not used to working this way, so we make sure you're fully prepared. Of course, we don't leave it there. Our foundation programme is recognised by over 70 universities. We'll help you decide which university course is best for you, and we'll help you with your application, which can be quite difficult if you're doing it on your own. We helped over 700 international students gain a place to a UK university last year alone. In fact, we're so confident with the quality of the Bellarby's Foundation programme that we offer a unique money-back promise. If you don't get an offer from a UK university, we will refund your tuition fees. I think we have the best of both worlds. We have all the advantages of a UK education, but one that's been especially created for international students like you. With over 50 years experience, we know exactly what you need to get into a UK university. At the same time, we understand what it's like being a student studying in a second or a third language far away from home. We provide a safe and secure environment where you'll be treated as adults, but at the same time you'll receive the personal care that you may need. There's so much for you here. You'll find modern classrooms and fantastic facilities, such as state-of-the-art IT facilities and science laboratories, large bright art rooms and plenty of study areas for you to work with your friends.
The US, UK, and India are all excellent places to study the performing arts, but we're going to give you a fourth option, Australia, where their pathway program does not let you lose a year. In fact, you can transfer those credits to the same university and start in your second year.
At FISC, we want to form a really good community for our students. Our international students get a wonderful experience because they're actually part of the university community.
They gave us the opportunity to have a look around the uni, to know how the facilities work. We have access to computers 24/7. We have a really good technology in the classrooms for teaching and giving the lectures.
We've got 5 dedicated classrooms, and then we access university classrooms as well. We provide a good base where students can come to FISC and then become part of the bigger community.
I think FISC is very helpful in helping me to get ready for university.
The International Study Centre is located on the campus. Accommodation is on the campus, so students get that university experience.
The Flinders campus is an amazing campus. I like the nature that surrounds it. I like the views it offers. I like the fact that it has anything you need.
First thing I found is very friendly people, very safe and very easy to find everything.
Adelaide is a very nice city to live in. It's the 5th most livable city in the world.
I think international student would come to Adelaide because first it's one of the cheapest cities to study. The people is really friendly.
I think Adelaide is one of the best cities, not only in Australia but in the world. It's a great size. In 20 minutes you can be at the beach or in the hills. You can get a metropolitan feel with the city.
The best thing in Adelaide is the lifestyle. The lifestyle here is very calm and relaxed.
A lot of places to go. The city is amazing. There are like too many festivals that take place in a month or so.
Studying in Australia was one of my dreams since the beginning, and I love the country.
The life in Australia is freedom. I choose Flinders University because it's more local students here. I want to learn more local culture and language.
When I step out of the airport, I just feel, it's home. It's very peaceful. There's so much diversity.
We share different cultures, and it's a great learning experience, and that's the true experience I will be getting from Australia.
That brings us to the end of this episode. If you have any questions, suggestions, or queries, please send them to us on choice@crucialchoice.org. This is your host, Shane Phillips, saying bye for now.